Hello, dear listener. How are you doing? I trust you've been having a great day. Welcome to another edition of Eki's 2 Cents. I've been having a rather slow day myself. It's been cold, and so out of boredom today, I went to read some old posts on the blog, and I saw this one that was rather interesting, and I decided to do 2 cents about it. Today, I'll be talking to the guys basically. I'll be giving them a little expo. This edition of 2 Cents is called Maths Women plus Sexual Frustrations equals Nagging. So, for the guys, have you ever wondered what it is that prompts women to nag? We know that women are always accused of nagging, they're always complaining bitterly about things that seemingly shouldn't matter. Maybe the husband is a bit untidy, or he keeps his shoes left to right as opposed to right to left. It becomes a problem. He takes a hanger from point A and drops it at point B, and she makes a whole lot of fuss about it. Many times, guys complain that women nag, but have you ever stopped to wonder why most women nag? I didn't think about it until I had to carry out a poll as a student sometime. Yeah, in psychology, we do a lot of crazy stuff. I had to carry out a poll sometime about, it had to do with women and sexual frustrations. And in the process of compiling my questionnaires, I kept finding one phenomenon. It was very, very prominent with the women. It was nagging, and it was tied to sexual frustration. Like, okay, I did this in Eastern Nigeria, and I know it holds true. They might be beginning to break out of the cycle now, but I know it still holds true for a lot of women. Basically, the Eastern woman is conservatively raised. According to tradition, you're supposed to be seen and not heard, and so it is almost a taboo, as a matter of fact, for a woman to be discussing sex. Basically, you're looked at as loose and all of that. So you have a lot of women who are, I'm talking married women now, I'm not talking the young girl who's catching her phone on the side. I'm talking married women now of a certain age, like a certain generation, not my generation now, but older. You find that a lot of them nag because something is not right sexually. Either maybe their husband is not giving them enough sex, or he's not doing it right, or there's something they're just not comfortable with, but unfortunately they cannot talk about it. Psychology has taught me that one way or another you have to find an outlet for your frustrations, or else one of two things will happen. Is either there's going to be an explosion someday, or there will be an implosion. That is the one that occurs on the inside, which is actually worse than when someone just explodes and busts out and all of that. The one that occurs on the inside is what leads to really terrible things and a lot of horrible breaking down. So you find that many of the women who nag because there is something not right sexually. It's either their husband is withholding sex from them. I know this may sound strange to some certain people, but it is true. There are some men who withhold sex from their women. It's not only women who withhold sex from the men. Take note. Or maybe the husband is not doing it right. There's something she wishes he could do or he should be doing, but for some reason she finds it hard to talk about it. Yeah, there are a whole lot of other reasons why women would nag, of course, maybe financial um, inconsistencies or something. But most of the time, if you check properly, women nag because they are frustrated sexually. It's hard to think about, especially in this our time and age where a lot of things are going on. Sex tapes have become as rampant as baby diapers and all of that. But you still find that there are a lot of women who are locked within this cycle, unfortunately, maybe because of the way they are raised. And our society, traditionally, we are conservative people. Sex is hardly ever discussed, so to speak, especially by the women, you know. Whether we like it or not, women still find themselves having to play the role of second class citizen or second fiddle. It's a man's world around here. We're trying to break out of the whole it's a man's world. There's equality between man and woman. We're trying to break out of it. That's what I'm saying. That's another topic for another day. But you find that there are a whole lot of sexually frustrated women out there in their marriages, in their homes, and for some reason they cannot talk to their husbands about it. That is the part that is really painful, because it would be a lot easier if she could broach the subject and say, "Hello, dear hubby, this is what is wrong. You're not doing this right. Oh, I wish you were doing this. If you did this more, I'd be a lot happier." And things like that. If they could broach the subject and talk to him and he's responsive, you will find that she will be happier, his home would be happier, and he in turn would be happier. He wouldn't want to hang out with the boys all the time. He would look forward to going home, because a happy wife is essentially a happy home. If you have a troublesome wife, you don't want to go home until it's time to just hit the sack, sleep, and then by 4:30 you're up in the morning. You won't complete your sleep at home. You get to the office and then go complete your sleeping bout. There are some men who do that. I know that I had a couple of colleagues who used to come to the office and sleep. Okay, maybe because of location, but we all know these things. So guys, this is a little expo for you. I think, yes, she should talk about it, but our men too should encourage their women to be open with them. You don't have to be brusque or harsh or anything of the sort. You just need to be approachable. Let her know she can come to you. Maybe prompt her with a couple of questions. And before you know it, you'll find the torrents. You find the torrents breaking down, and then you get to the root of the problem. Then she wouldn't nag so much, and everybody will be happy. Let me give you an example. An older woman I look upon like an auntie. I don't know what we're talking about. And then she said something. She said, "Oh, you guys are lucky. You're in the jet age. You can talk to your friends about sex. You can all of that." And I'm like, "Well, yes, it's the time we were born." I'm like, "Ah, auntie, what do you mean you can talk to your husband about sex? You and uncle are close. Don't you people talk?" And she said, "I haven't slept on the same bed with my husband for the last 3 years." And my jaws dropped like, huh? Okay, he is not resident in the same town as her because of his job. He's on transfer to another town. So they live apart, and he comes home weekends and she travels. And I'm like, "So, auntie, what stops you from when he comes the next weekend, you go into his room and lock the door and throw the key away until you guys sort out your business?" And she's like, "Ekene, do you want him to think I am loose?" That statement still it stayed with me. This was in 2011. That statement has stayed with me, and I'm thinking, this woman is hip. She's modern. She's for her age. I consider her one of the hip and modern ones. And then look at what she's saying to me. Wow. She thinks her husband is going to consider her loose if she discusses sex with him. So, guys, take note. There are women out there in this age, maybe our generation, maybe even younger, who, because of the way they've been raised, have this notion, and as a result, they're acting all frumpy and frowning and nagging and giving you the cold shoulder and all of that. This might just be the underlying problem, okay? Yes, you're going to thank me later for this expo that I have given to you. But this is the point where I call it quits for the day. Take care of yourselves. Of course, I'd love to read from you. I hope this will generate a lot of talk, and you will tell me what you think or share your experiences. Married, singles, let us know what you think really. And then of course for the women, maybe they'll tell us if I am right or if I am wrong, you know. So as usual, please go to ekishirley.blogspot.com and drop your comments at the end of the podcast, okay? Until next time, this is Eki signing out saying, have a great day, be good to your fellow human, take care of yourselves. I love you all. Bye.